Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Tuesday. This is Christine Barrett with Time 2 Social Media, and I am here for our next rewind. Episode number 63, specifically talking to real estate professionals today, wondering, are you in compliance with the laws and ethics for your state for advertising, which includes social media? This is something that has come up recently and something that I have seen recently. And I just wanted to go over some things with you that may help you with your social media, your posting, and your advertising to make sure you maintain your compliance. So I'm Christine Barrett with Time 2 Social Media, where I help professionals establish themselves as experts in their field and help grow their business through strategic marketing action plans and social media. Thank you for joining me today. If anybody out there is a real estate agent, realtor, broker, this specifically is for you. I have worked with a lot of realtors and brokers in the past, and there are some compliance issues, especially I'm speaking specifically to the state of Florida. Right now, if you are in another state, I know they must have a similar or law regarding this. If not, there probably will be one. So I'm specifically going to talk about today is team advertising. If you have, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. Must be company coming. If you have a team within your brokerage of you and one other person or 5 other people, and you've established that team, there are some specific guidelines, laws, and rules that you must follow according to the FloridaRealtor.org website, which explains the compliance for laws and ethics for our profession. I say our. I am a former real estate agent for the state of Florida, and I'm very familiar with these laws and ethics. Now, I do help realtors now with their social media and marketing to move forward and grow their businesses. And this is something that has come up recently and in the recent past regarding team advertising. One is that if you do have a team or a group, it has to state that in your name. You can't put associate, you can't name it, you can't put, heaven forbid, realty or real estate or LLC or corporation or anything like that. The only 2 acceptable words are team or group. The Christine Barrett Group, the Christine Barrett Team, the Barrett Team, the Barrett Group. But those are your only 2 options. I can go down the list of all the things you can't do, but it's a real short list with the only ones that are permitted, which is team or group. Those are the only 2 that are permitted in your team. Also, your brokerage monthly must be updated on the people that within that team, and they must have an ongoing list of who your team includes, the name, and of course, goes without saying, but I'll say it, all those people and team members must be practicing under the same brokerage. The next thing is, it comes when you're advertising. This was a problem several years ago when I was in real estate, and I started noticing these things, and I was like, man, that can't be right. How are they possibly allowing that? And what I was seeing was people who had established these groups and had big groups and very successful groups under a brokerage started making their own signage for front yards that basically just had their group on there. The Christine Barrett Group with my phone, with my own personal phone number, my email, and no mention of the brokerage whatsoever. Or if they did mention the brokerage, it was just a small little thing in the corner that you'd have to get a magnifying glass out to see. And as this continued happening, one person will say, well, they're doing it, and can you find anything that says you can't do that? And there was no really specific rule or guideline as to how you had to market and how you had to include your brokerage on your marketing and advertising. So needless to say, anybody who's in any type of profession, when people start finding a loophole and starting abusing it, it'll create more paperwork, a new law, a new guideline, or new training that you have to do. So that's exactly what happened. So in July of 2019, anything after July of 2019, you would have to be in compliance with these rules. The other thing is, as I said, when you're doing advertising, and that's any type of advertising, if you're making a post on social media and you're including your real estate name or group, you have to have the brokerage on there. And the brokerage name has to be larger than your group name. And all these guidelines you can find at floridarealtor.org. There's a tab called Laws and Ethics, and then there's another tab called Advertising. And all the specific laws, even with the statutes, divisions, all the numbers and everything, are all on there where you can look it up and see what the specific laws are for that. So it's very important that you maintain your compliance in these areas, because it just takes one little thing, and it's a bit of a cutthroat industry, or it can be at times. It can take just one little report of something that someone feels is unethical or that you're doing in your practice, and that opens the door to look at everything that you're doing. So you want to be sure that you maintain compliance within the laws and ethics for your state. This is very important. What I would suggest is that if you hire somebody to do your social media or marketing advertising, make sure that they are very familiar with that is, or train them on it and make a standard operating procedure for what is acceptable for your business that also falls within the guidelines of your laws and your ethics for your state and for your real estate agency. That is very, very important. And if you just do that, a standard operating procedure for what you post or how you advertise, it will help keep people within those guidelines, and it's very clear at what they can and what they can't do. So these rules apply to all of your advertising. So social media posts, if you have a monthly newsletter, if you're doing advertising, any type of print advertising at all, these things have to be noted in the advertising. So even if you share a quote or something on your real estate page and you put your team on there, you have to put the brokerage on there. They have to go hand in hand. Any place you put your team or your group name, the brokerage name has to be on there, and it has to be larger than the team name. If you want some more details on this, as I said, Realtor, floridarealtor.org, and I'm sure if you're in another state, you have the same type of resources available for your state. And look under the laws and ethics and advertising. They will keep this up to date, and your brokerage should be up to date as well on the compliance laws for advertising. If you have any questions about this or are interested in social media advertising for you as a realtor, for your group, or some training involved with that in order to provide some guidelines to maintain compliance, please reach out to me at time2socialmedia@gmail.com. You can send me a direct message, or feel free to phone me if you'd like as well. My name is Christine Barrett with Time 2 Social Media. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay. If you found that this has been helpful, or you have any other questions pertaining to real estate, please let me know. Until next time, get Time 2 Social Media so you have time to run your business. Thanks, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Go out and spread some love.